Miramar is coming up next for the next 2 games out of 3, and then we go over to Sanok, and Cormac has just been enjoying and experiencing the world of Banana Man during the break. I can't disclose that information. Like,
It's so good.
it brings back, it's like, when I first watched it, I was like, this is probably the best troll that we have ever seen. And the fact now he's made a whole career out of it, fair play to him.
It's all about having a personality, right? And it's all about kind of creating a character for yourself.
But in what world do you ever say, I'm going to create a personality where I'm a scared child using a voice changer? Like, where does that...
Child.
That's what it sounds like the whole time. It's like, please don't kill me.
I'll tell you who is scared right now. That's better luck next time as we look at the overall standing. Line in 16th place. Only 37 points and 20 behind 15th. It's definitely looking a little bit more grim for them in the standings. But then when we look on the opposite side, PG18 still holding out in first place with 127 points. Airstation Mike, after that 0 point last game, they dropped back down to 4th. But Quick Math, Tempest, they've had good results, rocking up to 5th and 11th respectively.
Now, when we come into Miramar, we spoke about Airstation Mike and that being solid for them. But again, it's still one of these maps where we've had kind of madness on all fronts, right? We've never seen too much consistency come out of it.
No, we definitely haven't. Part of the reason why I just mentioned Airstation Mike is just because I noticed their 2 wins have come in. Miramar doesn't mean that they're any standout compared to every other team. It just means for them, it makes me feel like it's their strongest map. But they also land generally quite nicely in the circle where, unless it's a super hard shift in one direction, it always gives them easy access into the center area of the circles.
Was it Orange that was dressed like Banana Man? I think it was, right, from Unity. Yep. Producer Timmer, can I have like a mini screen of just Orange running around? So I can enjoy Banana Man moments. Like, I'm going to have to go back on. I haven't watched it in so long, and now I have to go back and watch it just because I saw your face of enjoyment seeing it for the first time. If none of you have watched Banana Man, if you head onto my Twitter now, I retweeted what you guys tweeted at me. I recommend you watch it after these games because Banana Man is a part of PUBG history now.
And you gotta give credit to Shroud, right? Like, because in terms of he was just like, you know, it's like cut the crap, man. You know, it's like any other player would have probably just have either ignored him or you know, but at least he entertained, you know, the communication with Banana Man.
Mate, the funny days at the beginning of PUBG where like all the streamers were being stream sniped. There was games where I'm watching 30 players just run at Shroud and he just mows them all. Yeah, just getting 30 kills a game, no problem, because they're just running at him with no weapons. They're just shouting at him down the microphone.
Jesus Christ.
It's the world of people just losing their minds for streamers and games. And we're not going to lose our minds this time because this circle's actually pretty decent. We're not going to complain. We've had wild circles all of yesterday, and today has been much better. It's like yesterday they were like, let's send everyone into madness. But before the end of their week, let's be kind.
Yeah, and I was thinking like I've really enjoyed today's games because they've been calmer, they've been a bit more collected for all these teams where they've had a bit more space to go where they want to. And from my point of view, at least it's given me a bit more time to kind of look at what these teams are doing rather than everybody going in the same direction. It's kind of been, okay, well, this team is going this way, this team is going in this way, and it's just kind of giving a nice, better kind of thought process to the game.
Who are you and what have you done with Cormac? I thought you wanted madness and craziness all the time, or is it just only me now on my own?
Well, we have 5 games today, man. You know, like...
You wanted to be a bit calmer, save your voice a bit?
For the start, and then the last 2 games can be madness, man.
Okay, so it's the first 3 games, this is the 3rd game, this is the last normal one. From that point onwards, it's all going insane. Now, I had this thing with Toby throughout phases 1 and 2, where he would predict circles, but scarily predict them right. Now, you got 1 right yesterday, but what I used to say he did was get his phone out and just start choosing where the circle would go. So your job now is to try and predict more circles, not off just the first circle's the only one you need to predict. But for the next 2 games after this, predict the circles. Let's see if you can make the madness happen as well. It might just be your seat. It might be this side of the desk.
Well, no, because when I casted with Toby in phase for the week in phase 2, I got a lot of circle predictions right.
Something wrong with both of you. My God. Don't trust these guys. They are the worst people in PUBG. They're controlling the circles and making this bad for the players. Cormac and Toby.
I love that Sanhok game. Absolutely brilliant. But, like, yeah, talk about this circle. What is kind of interesting is even though it is a little bit more normal, Nobody is down other than BetterLuckNxTime and maybe Jokers and Northern Lights. Right now, nobody is really down the south side. Teams are starting to disperse that way, but not as quickly as, let's say, we've seen in other circles or in other games. And that could be a little bit worrisome. I was expecting teams to rotate down south a little bit quicker. But now that they're all kind of moving at the same time, we could see a couple of clashes earlier on in this game. We're only 4 minutes in, but I reckon by the 6 to 10 minute mark, we'll see good 4 to 6 players going down.
Now, BetterLuckNxTime have gone to Valdemar.
Yeah.
Now, they're in a position where they don't have to rotate early if they don't want to because they're in the circle, and they can take their time chilling a bit more. Maybe they want to try and think things out a little bit more, give themselves some more time, because what I feel like is happening to them over and over again is they go for these engagements, they try and take the fights, and they don't care who they're going up against, which I respect, but then they end up losing out so early on, and it just becomes so rough for them. So maybe they can sit back and say, let's just chill a bit, let's bide our time, let's try and make calculated decisions.
And you're dead right, because in the group stages where, and there's nothing against the teams in the group stage where maybe the teams were maybe not, you could get away with a bit more. Well, these doesn't get away with that, goes down to hockey.
Well, Moops, this is a good sign. Yesterday, a couple of 16th place games. Now they're turning things around. Now they're actually getting away with the initial engagements rather than finding themselves losing a player early on. Because even in that, like, where it's just one player challenging, we saw them get knocks or potential kills go against them, and then Moops are on the back foot from the beginning. But that was just handled correctly. And it's only a small thing, but for the Moops, where they've had a couple of bad days, that's a big deal.
It is, but it's not going to end too soon because there's InsideGames going down. You've got Hockey and Double ahead of the other two members of Team Moops, so could be a little bit risky. Pixlix is in the vehicle. He's going to avoid it. And Nukdov and Orange are there from Unity. Where's the mini-map of Orange just running around? I know he's in the vehicle, but for shame.
Faultlessly is going to find himself a supply crate just outside of Valdemar down in the south, which is going to be a huge pickup for BetterLuckNxTime. Little things like that can turn around your games and your engagements. Having the level 3 gear, potentially the weapon of your dreams.
Yep, as you see, Wookie Bookie from Tempest knocked out by a member of Northern Lights. That revive should come through because it's from a little bit further away where the kill is less likely to be secured. And look at this, like, that's the thing, like, all of the teams are kind of rotating in the very center of the circle. We have a good cluster of teams, and this is what I thought might happen. We've only had one player go down. I know we're at the 6.5 minute mark, but in the next 3 minutes, as these teams find their locations, they're now going to start really looking to connect the shots off and create that level of space against the teams around them.
Yeah, we've got teams just around ToWzErA, Picardo, outside of Los Leones as well. Yep. All focused dead center. Unity might be trying to challenge Tempest. Now, Tempest got knocked down, but that was from elsewhere. That wasn't from them. That was from Northern Lights. So Unity will have to be careful of that as well. As nades go out and Orange goes down, and his teammates have already backed away. Another nade to finish him off, and that was an easy one kill for Tempest to walk away with here.
That was a fruity kill that came in from Tempest, and that's going to put Unity on the back foot. And I think they kind of realized that it's much safer to exit away from it after that one member going down, because Quickmath and YMCA are also very close by them, and that's what I was talking about. Teams are a lot closer together, and they're actually making a choice to go into Picado. It's not a spot where teams like to really kind of hold on to in early parts. You don't really like to be fully in the city, but it's a much safer choice for them at this point.
BetterLuckNxTime have actually rotated in towards 3D Max here. And it's a 2-2 split for 3D Max, which means if fEJK can get himself in the right position, he might be able to spray down either Faultlessly or Fate. That's exactly what he's going to try and do, and they're going to face him head on. Damage being done. fEJK with the spray down. Kissick able to provide some cover fire, and that will force fEJK behind the rock. Good stuff from them, but Faultlessly, he isn't escaping just yet.
BetterLuckNxTime just seem a little bit lost right now in their rotations and their gameplay. It doesn't seem like they have a direct plan of action, that they seem to be just kind of going on a reacting and making reactive gameplay, and it's not really working out in these games. That's just how it looks, at least. I know they're good players. They can get the kills. We saw them in the group stage, but when we're coming into the finals, where the players that they're going up against are a lot more confident and maybe a lot more knowledgeable about the game in some regards, it's going against them.
And that's where they, like I said, right, take time. I want to see them slow things down a bit for these guys. We've seen that BetterLuckNxTime can be a capable team.
Definitely.
But something's going wrong in the preparation this time around. You can see last crew coming in from down where through Impala and then out across that eastern side through to the west. As wow, oh wow, BetterLuckNxTime. You just left this place, and now we go down all the way south. Valdemar just excluded. The Los Higos Island isn't going to be in there as well. But all of these teams are going to rapidly start marching down south. Now, if you're last crew, why not just go all the way down the blue through Puta Paraíso, come down and just take the southern side of this?
That's what they're doing.
This is better.
Nice.
Continuing to do damage, holding on the spray, runs out of bullets, but did enough damage. This is a good turnaround from BetterLuckNxTime. Kissing and Arctics, can they do any more?
They still got to be careful because a lot of teams are also rotating up from the north, so that could kind of go. It could kind of go against them. Northern Lights, you see, are kind of in a compound down below from them. And you are right, by the way. Last crew are doing what you suggested, where they're going back into blue. ELGIGANTEN are kind of doing something similar, where they're going on the east side of Los Leones and into the circle from there.
Yeah, I like that, right? Because yes, going in the blue at this time doesn't matter too much, and other teams can do it. But still, there are plenty of teams that will just never put themselves in that position. So if you can be one of them, if you can work your way down, then why not? If you're willing to take that risk and you know how to deal with it, then it can pay off massively for you.
Exactly. On the opposite end of the spectrum, we saw Tornado Energy go down on the west side of the circle, and that's kind of paid off for them pretty well for now. They're going past Tempest. You do have InsideGames and Jokers connecting with each other. PG-18 are also getting close to that action. They went past Airstation Mike. Again, you can have a look on the independent map stream yourself by typing !map in the chat, and a link will pop up. I always recommend having it in another tab.
Now, we saw Unity lose a player early on. It was Orange that went down to a double nade coming out from the Tempest players.
Yeah.
But still, with 3 alive, they can be a dangerous team. OK Bro's currently just bleeding out, and maybe Perfectix can get to him, but could be too much for them to try and achieve here.
I think Perfectix will get to him successfully. He's gotten that vehicle. Unity are using that chance to just kind of disengage and maybe find a better position. Forward thinking coming out from Unity. I do like it. But seniks finds Reggie Birdo from Team Moops.
The Moops already lost 2 players, with Reggie being knocked. They need to ensure they try and hold on to this, bring him back up to life.
And look at this, Tornado Energy. They got into circle from the west. They found a high ground. It's not quite in center circle, but it's overlooking so many more of these teams. That's the old Tornado Energy we saw. They'd make those quick rotations, find a high ground, find that good spot, and dictate the play of the teams around them with those shots.
Fake's going to be able to escape this one, at least for now. Join back up with his teammates to push on down. Last crew have gone exactly where I want them to go as well.
Yeah.
You can see them now down on the far southeastern side. They're going to come up, and they'll actually be ahead of most of the teams that have tried to take this area as well. They'll join up with Airstation Mike, but them and Elgig were running side by side for quite some time.
And there's also PG-18 and Jokers that are there, so it's very tough. The next circle is once again shifted down south. So not the nicest of circle shifts in this Miramar game. It's been a bit of a pain in the ass for the teams that are up north.
And you know what it also means is the next phase has to exclude that part of water, so it's going to go up north, but it means that it's going to be very tiny in how that's cut off.
And now look at this. Airstation Mike breach it quite successfully. Takes down Wanderer. There is still the rest of PG-18 joining in, but Ubiga gets taken out.
They straight squashed PG-18 there.
There's still Recurrent that's left standing, but he's pinched between Airstation Mike and Milky Way. Coming into the circle now, and he's going to look to avoid it.
Yeah, there is no point in him trying to challenge this at all. He'll continue his way down south and just look to solo his way throughout the rest of this. 55 alive, though. We're just getting closer towards this 14-minute mark. Still 16 teams. But honestly, this next rotations are going to be the ones that see many teams fall apart ever so quickly.
We are definitely going to get closer eliminations in the next couple of minutes. Last crew they've rotated down to the very south side. Fate finds Glebe. I think in short term that could work out. Long term that might go against last crew. Interesting to see how that will pan out.
And I'm impressed, actually, because BetterLuckNxTime, we started off so poorly. They just didn't seem to find themselves a spot they wanted to go to. But now they're turning things around ever so slowly. As last crew, they find Recrent as he tries to escape. He went the same direction as they did. I don't think he expected that many players to be waiting for him.
Wow, PG18 going out in 16th place. And that's where those hard shifts down south away from you can go against you every now and again. PG18 have normally been able to deal with those pretty well, but that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes.
Now ELGIG still getting their way through the blue. They've been taking this rotation for quite a long time. They even stopped in the blue for a while to take some fights. They let last crew get miles in front of them. But now they'll finally come back in. Hjort and Kompot going head to head, and it's Kompot that goes down in this one. And this is Tornado on a 2-2 split as well. Hjort very low on health.
Two of their players did go where I predicted Tornado Energy would go, but I thought it'd be the whole squad.
And this is the problem. You can 2-2 split effectively, sure. We've seen it many times, but you have to be so careful. Especially when it comes to watching how some of these teams may rotate past your 2-2s.
As we see Aliyah does connect on to Northern Lights, who are down on the west side.
Wow. We've just hard shifted in every direction now.
Wow.
It's great for these teams that have just made their way in from the south, who have gone south, and come in from the eastern side towards the west. But everyone who was on the west and made their way down, they continue to be excluded from this. Unity aren't too far away, but the likes of Northern Lights, Tornado, YMCA, Tempest, BetterLuckNxTime, they've got so far to go, but also far past each other, while these other teams would have already grabbed themselves to positions they want to fight from.
Feels bad, man, indeed. Really does feel bad, man. You see ELGIGANTEN rolled up from the southwest coast road after last crew.
Morpheus' health? Oh, he's escaping. There's so many bullets coming towards him. Rip takes him down. Morpheus tried his best to escape it, but it wasn't going to work this time around. ghostar and KnorkiS not even close enough to help. 3 kills up, though, for BetterLuckNxTime. All things considered, they can't be complaining too much about that. More damage being done here. The car comes in. Both Kissick and Dartik spraying away, and they're able to get the job done. More kills going into their favor, as YMCA will be out in 15th place now. Considering they started not too badly a couple of days ago, it's quickly becoming quite awkward for them. Regularly seeing them go out within, like, the top 12. Or the bottom 12, should I say?
Yeah. No, well, ninth place in this last game. They went out in 12th place in game 1 and now 15th place in game 3. Either way, not a good game for YMCA, especially considering that they are a passive team, so they generally look to play for that late game position. But when the rotations are shifting so hard, it's very hard to deal with that, as Northern Lights find Unity. Quizzy gets taken down, but Snoopy returns fire, connecting onto Perfectix. What do Northern Lights do?
Hopefully Spiro can get Perfectix back up quick enough. Okay, bro, to provide some cover fire.
Oh, wow. So
they're so close. He might have just heard it. Yeah, he turns around. He's having a good look. ToWzErA out in the open on his own. None of the other Milky Way players have spotted him, but now they have. There you go. The shots come in. ToWzEra's going to be pushed away. iZoom's going to be well aware now.
Arctic's on 5 kills, taking down Hani. One thing to point out, you said it. As Hugstar finds Offstring, that could be the call, that could be the play for Airstation Mike to push on to Milky Way.
8 kills now for BetterLuckNxTime.
Yep.
Tempest go down in 14th place. So you may have got the win on the previous one, boys, but this time around it just wasn't good enough.
Told you BetterLuckNxTime can frag out. It just seems like their early game kind of rotation and plan making isn't maybe as strong as it could be.
Yeah, it might come down to their in-game leader to be a bit more decisive with the calls. And actually, I do know of teams, and I've spoken to players who don't have a dedicated in-game leader. They all chip in.
Really?
And for me, I just don't. I come from obviously playing Team Counter-Strike. I'm very against that because for me, if you have even more than one leader, then if they start to talk and say, well, no, let's go this way, and they disagree, who makes that final decision? You need one person who just says, do you know what, shut the hell up, we're going here.
Exactly.
And everyone has to, even if they don't agree with it, follow the in-game leader because you need to have faith in your leader. And I think that's such an important part of the communication when it comes to teams in general. As ToWzErA, he's going to go for a lovely spray down there, no problem at all. ELGIGANTEN, they're the ones that are going to meet their makers this time around. They did take down Jazza, though, but overall they will be eliminated.
Well, Airstation Mike and Nishi kind of were looking in the direction of Milky Way. Then Joker's joined in on a little bit of a third party. We see them trailing out against Milky Way. So Airstation Mike backed off. They happened to find ELGIGANTEN and secured that squad wipe as Noki connects onto Ela. Quickly gets that kill just like that, matter of seconds. No second chances for Elia.
I think 3D Max might be the fastest team within this lobby to go for the kill-offs and finish-offs. They're straight away going for the confirms every time. So for Milky Way, only DP and iZoom are still up. So they've been fighting out in this position for just a couple of minutes, but it's cost them a lot.
It really has indeed. Jokers, they've kind of really been, they have the center circle for now, and they've actually been really dictating a lot of these plays, and they've been involved in a couple of these teams. They've been involved with Milky Way. They've been involved with, I believe, Team Oops and, of course, Airstation Mike. So they're actually pushing all these teams to the edge of the circle. And you got to say, considering they're normally an individual team, you see iZoom get knocked down. They're really communicating well to control the area that they have.
Now, Snoopy could be the backstabber here. Milky Way go down in 12. It's Quick Maths Dupzig to get the job done. Look at Snoopy, so careful, so cautious. He may have just missed it on a timing, but if he continues this route, he may end up spotting him out. The problem is, he would have to annihilate one of Perfectix or Spiro so quickly, get him knocked down, and then be able to take the other fight 1v1. But they're going to prone him on the opposite side of the road to him. Snoopy's now going to make some more noise as well, which may alert them to his position. This is quite an interesting side-by-side comparison. Obviously, we have all the information, and these guys have got no clue whatsoever.
And you've also got Tornado Energy up in the north side as well, looking over the ridge, looking towards the Northern Lights. It could help Snoopy of Unity, but the second he peaks up a little bit too high, he's going to have his head ripped off, and he's also looking in the direction of Last Crew. So there's a couple of teams vying for the edge of the circle down south.
Joker's down with just 4 players in it on a 2-2 split now. Moon and Tab further forward, closer towards the Quick Math players, while Daboom and Set are going to be still within the compound, but they don't have any information of what's going on down in the south behind them. Oh, wow. Example spotted out some of the Northern Lights players. Melman and Example could do some serious damage here, and it may alert Snoopy to get involved. Artix goes out to the zone, which is less than ideal. Molotov out from Example. Perfectix down on the floor now, being seen. Lots of damage going down towards him. Melman doesn't want to overpoke it just yet. He wants to be able to get the drop onto him.
Can Snoopy play it hard? Snoopy's actually thrown down by the edge. Northern Lights do get taken out in 11th place, so Snoopy just avoiding that and kind of gone, okay, you know what? You do the work and then you back away, and then I'm going to look to make my way across the road. Great play by Tornado Energy.
Guess who's coming, though, now? They heard all those shots. 4 players of 3D Max, of course. They went, kills, guns, bullets on the floor. Ah, I know. Let's go.
It's like a magnet, you know?
They're like sniffing dogs for action.
Yes. Oh, my God.
It's like, I smell blood. Ah, here we come. And even look at the little logo of 3D Max. It looks like some like devil that would suck your blood or something.
You know what? Now that you mention it, you know what it reminds me of? You know the game Carmageddon?
Oh, yeah, my God.
Reminds me of Carmageddon. Their logo full-on reminds me of Carmageddon. And that was in a violent game as well back in the day. So 3D Max, you know what? Maybe taking elements of that into their PUBG team.
Well, they may have smelt blood, but they could have got a bit too over-aggressive. They lost one player straight away there. It was Furix that went down to Example straight away with the finish off. And from that position, 3D Max should have the advantage. They should be able to see him easier. Snoopy seems to have been spotted out, though. He's trying to get himself into a good spot, but he's just going to have to try and look and run away. Hawkeye eventually falls. It's Moon getting the kill, and that sees Moops out in 10th.
Oh, Snoopy's firing shots off and does connect onto Mel, man. That could give 3D Max a chance because Team Tornado Energy is just down to example. Snoopy does confirm the kill onto Melman, so that's going to really favor 3D Max and actually give Unity a chance to just push his way up the mountain into the circle.
Yeah, Snoopy's going to be loving life. You're now in top 8 and you just got an additional kill. Why the hell not would you continue to try and push forward on this one?
Feels bad, man, for Tornado Energy.
Yeah, over and over again. They can't catch a break. Yeah. Solar goes out to the zone, leaving just 2 players of 3D Max left alive. It's all well and good smelling the blood and going aggressive, but sometimes it can end up causing you less than an ideal fight on your hands. You may go too confidently into it.
Yeah, we did see remaining members of Tornado Energy try to push in on Joker, but he got wiped out straight away, so that was Team Oops that got taken out. We just seen BetterLuckNxTime being wiped out, so 17 to 21 players alive, all of them on the edge of this hill up in the north side.
If Jokers are able to keep this central position, by the way, on the circle, they're in such a good spot to win because they can take all the control with Set and Daboom looking down south and seeing the teams working their way up, and they can see nicely what's in front of them as well, and they do still stay within it. And Quick Math, probably their biggest challenge right now because, yes, InsideGames have done great things before, but look how far down the mountain they are, and Quick Math are just waiting for them.
And I know Jokers want to kind of protect their compound, which is part of the reason why they've kept Moon in there. But they should also look to avoid the action up north and let the teams around them take each other out. Set gets taken down to 15 health, but does back away. Will look to heal himself up. The Boom will move on forward, trying to connect onto the members. Last crew, but they've got themselves spread out very nicely, James.
Yeah, Mucky's just hitting headshots. First he threw up the grenade, then he's doing damage. Hugstar's coming from the side for Airstation Mike, and the TAB goes down. Joker's now probably aware that multiple teams looking at their position and wanting to take it from them, and that's why they fool themselves back into the compound.
Very good reaction from Jokers. You got to say, I don't think they were directly expecting any of these teams other than Nat's crew to join in, but Airstation Mike are similar to 3D Max where they smell blood of the guns and they go, okay, maybe we can join in on the fun. And it was nice to see Airstation Mike to get that kill, and also they backed away themselves.
Smart decision, but it's allowed Last Crew to work their way up, and they could be the biggest threat to Jokers as of now. ToWzErA is here with the Quick Math team, still trying to keep InsideGames at bay. A few shots landed there by Ensalenso, but it's not enough to get any knocks in just yet. ToWzErA still looking for it. They're trying to play off the lines. A nice amount of damage, but still no knocks coming in. As soon as this first knock comes in, then you better believe that the Quick Math will start to attack. Snoopy, though, solo player, still looking to do damage. Got nades pinned and ready here on the mini-screen. He's not finished yet. He will eventually go down. He tries to make the nade work, but Unity will grab a 7th place.
Yeah, still a strong effort from Unity overall and Snoopy in particular as we now turn it back over to Quick Math and InsideGames up in the north side of the circle. I love the fact that this is kind of a mountain finish where the teams can kind of duck dive and dip and dive behind kind of the areas of the mountain and then just look to peek and shoot, and then reposition. It's very nice play from these teams and they're really kind of taking advantage of that.
Noki and Phantom are just going to keep it chill for now. A few shots fired towards InsideGames, and this might see InsideGames get pinched. InsideGames, if they can deal with 3D Max quick enough without taking too much damage, that's going to be the ideal position. Straight away the knocks come in, but Noki replies one straight back. Is he going to get finished off? He's got no cover, and 3D Max out in 6th. A good effort from InsideGames, but they have to be so careful now because Quick Math are going to be hot on their heels.
Yeah, and it's not worth trying to get the revive on the Senate. Hell no, because ToWzErA does take that away, putting InsideGames down to 3 players. And then Quick Math still 4-man strong. Airstation Mike, who rotated back down south, are 2 men. Last crew are full squad, and Jokers are down to 3.
For Jokers, though, Airstation Mike might end up benefiting them. The Boom takes the first few shots, can't make him connect fully. Tries to run his way out the building, needs to group up with his teammates. Smart decision to be made here. Oh, Hugstar!
Oh.
Last crew were not expecting that. And that was the last chance for 2 of the players. The second nade comes out and Last crew go down. Only AKA Skills and Mucky left alive. 3 players of Jokers are sat there saying, thank you, Airstation Mike. Thank you very much.
And you got to say it was also greatly played by Airstation Mike because I was looking on the on the kind of map, and QuickMath were popping shots in the direction of Airstation Mike. So to get that Kobe out while taking a little bit of pressure from QuickMath was very well done by Airstation Mike. But now that they've gotten 2 kills onto last crew, it gives them a bit more of a chance. We do see them pushing forward. ToWzErA is a little bit more aggressive, trying to make his way into that compound where set of the Jokers are.
It's a true waiting game. InsideGames still not had to deal away with QuickMath just yet.
Like phase 9 and 14 players left from 5 teams. I absolutely love this Miramar game, especially considering the hardships we had. I thought it was going to be a little bit crazier, but it's waiting out until the final phase.
The boom lands a headshot though. Straight away finishes off the last crew players. One dies out to the zone. 4 teams left in it. Airstation Mike are the next challenge that Jokers need to take. 2v3, you'd think it would be easy, but Airstation Mike, they certainly won't make it easy. ToWzErA taking a few shots over towards the players on Jokers, but he'll pay the price for it because InsideGames then come alive. Zampeek on the spray down. Good effort from him. Jumps down in the nick of time. So much damage being done, and the QuickMath players are also being taken out by Jokers. Moon able to steal one away.
Oh, yes, indeed. As Zampeek was just peeking down, Jokers Moon came in. Okay, there's somebody knocked down. Let's take that kill away. I didn't do it, but I'll get the job done. And then Peak finds ToWzErA. So QuickMath quickly being put under pressure as it's just Insolenzo and Diggory that's up.
1 health there on Insolenzo. The boom, you shouldn't be shooting your teammate. It's not how you want to see it go down. You'll go down as well, knocked to the ground, and Jokers go out in 4th place. It looked like it could have been a great game for them, but the pressure just was too much.
Yeah, it doesn't help when they put themselves in a position of knocking each other out. However, QuickMath do get eliminated. Now 2 teams, 2 against 2. 4 men are up. Pick 6 looking for ToWzErA. Finds the one connection, but Hugstar responds. It comes down to 1v1. Who's going to find it? Hugstar throws down. Zampeek is now rotating down. Who is going to come out on top? The peak comes through, and Airstation might take it.
I want to see Hugstar's health after that. He must have had about 10 points left and was still able to get that onto Zampeek. A 13-kill win. And Airstation Mike once again on Miramar, Cormac.
Told you.
3 wins all on Miramar.
Yeah. The way they played, even those final couple of circles, was just really well calculated, nice precision play. The position, it wasn't too aggressive. They were aggressive when they knew they could be, but they looked around. That communication between Hugstar and ToWzErA must have been so effectively laid out, and they just had each other's back time and time again. But you know what? All of these final 5 teams really put in the effort to get to that point, because it was hard with those shifts, right? We saw the kind of hard shift down south, then we saw it up north, and we saw it was definitely a tough game to deal with for these teams, and I really love that finish, and all 5 teams put in excellent work to get there.
I think my most disappointing one, though, has to be Jokers, because 4th place, yes, still good. They got 7 kills of it as well, but it's like they pushed out against last crew, and they realised, oh, God, let's fall back. And they made the right decision because Hugstar sideswiped them and got the 1 kill, so that made them have 4 rather than 3 players. But then they went into 1 building each. And then when they did come out, already the players were so close. If it wasn't for Airstation Mike helping them out with last crew, they probably would have gone down earlier. So they could have played that quite a bit better in my eyes.
They were controlling that compound very well early on, but the teams were a little bit further away. But when it was kind of like still a good few, I think at that point there was 11 other players up outside of them, because there was 14 by the by I think like the phase 8. It was really tough, and I think when they backed off against last crew and Airstation Mike, I think they then got it in their head that they had to play a little bit more passively, and they could have done it for the short term, but in the long term, as you kind of pointed out, it did go against them.
That was it. Look, Hugstar comes in, finishes off one of the Jokers players, and they move back, and this is where they gave all the room to last crew to push forward. Snoopy, by the way, let me just say, good effort from him, because you were a solo player from when there was 12 or 13 teams remaining. You then managed to walk away with 7th place on 1 kill. Yes, it's only 2 points, but it's 2 additional points for a Unity that were bottom of the leaderboard just at the beginning of yesterday.
Yeah, definitely. But that would, like, Hugstar with that double grenade was just beautifully accurate.
This is the really nice point. Look, Hugstar, 6 health, he got that final kill, and Zampeek had like 30.
Oh my God. But 2 teams getting 0 points, PG80 and a YMCA Esports, ELGIG just with 14th with just 1 point. Moops, Northern Knights, Milky Way, and ELGIGANTEN.
With this top side of it, InsideGames walking away with 7 kills and 13 points in total. 23 for Airstation Mike, a respectable 11 for Jokers. Quick Math in with 9 alongside BetterLuckNxTime. Now, BetterLuckNxTime went out in 8th place, but it was with the 8 kills they had, still sees them get an overall 5th. Last crew not far behind them, and 3D Max and Tornado walking away with 5 apiece. 3D Max probably hoping they could have got a little bit more, but when they went to challenge the teams coming up the mountain, they lost too many players.
They did. They tried to go a little bit too aggressive against Tornado Energy, and they got shut down one by one, and then just kind of went from there. But the damage, Moon from Joker, 777, followed by Muck of Last Crew with 653, and ToWzErA of Airstation Mike with 638.
Kind of wish Moon got like 666 in there. It's a pretty skilled player, you know. Maybe Satan worshipping at the same time, and just that's why he's so good. Just devouring all of his competition. And if they don't die in game, he goes and finds them in the night when they're asleep.
Jesus, okay. That escalated quickly. Hugstar got 6 kills, just to follow up on the 6, by the way, on a side note. And nice to see him standing out for his team once again. But Airstation Mike standing out as a team in that game, particularly first place. The head-to-head between InsideGames. InsideGames also, again, kind of showing the signs of the InsideGames that we've seen previously.
By the way, InsideGames logo, good size, looks really clean. Airstation Mike, very enlarged, bit pixelated. I really like the Airstation Mike logo. Just kind of wish we had a better quality version, maybe. It would be nicer.
Well, they're an independent team looking for an org, you know?
Yeah, let's get HD Airstation Mike. Because I'm aware that circle's supposed to be an Airstation, but it looks like a golf ball when it's all pixelated.
It does, doesn't it?
See? There you go. I'm just critiquing logos. Most of the logos in Contenders end up being quite fun. I like it.
Yeah, I really love BetterLuckNxTime's logo.
Yes, we said that before, right? The thing is, that could be a spray in the game.
Yes.
To have that as a spray in the game, I would love that. Just them, like, every time you're dead. Better luck next time. I win again. But we will be winning another team coming in. We got 2 more games. We've got 1 more Miramar, 1 more Sanok coming all your way. And you will not want to miss the action because it's been a very interesting day. The Erangel games were slightly slower, but they had like just great ways of teams playing it. Then we had this Miramar game just then where it was horrible circles at the start in the shifts, and then actually worked out to be quite a nice ending to it all. So definitely. We don't know what the next games will hold, but you'll have to be watching to find out. We'll see you after the break, and hopefully we'll get to enjoy 2 more great games of PUBG.